Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany, bringing the Lamborghini and the forage wagon up to the grass field, because that is what we're going to be doing first thing today. Well, not exactly the first thing, but we'll be getting there. I am checking on a few things around the farm, and I'm glad I did. We got to get to the cows. I was warned about this with the water container that we put down, that it really doesn't seem to work. And that's not working on our farm, at least for the cow barn anyways. So if we come over to the cows, I was checking to see how much food they had to get through the winter months, and I noticed their health was at 25%. We are, I don't want to say full with total mix rations, but we got good total mix rations. Straw doesn't really matter, but we got plenty of straw for the manure. It's the water situation. Even though it says 1 billion liters of water in the cow barn, if we come over to the water trough area, there's no water in here. So I double checked on the mod to see if there was a button I need to activate, kind of like in FS19 where we had to activate the spindle to get water in. I'm not seeing anything. I went on to the mod itself. It just says place it next to it. If as long as it shows up, you're good to go. But our cows have no water. So we're taking care of that. Really, the first thing is what we're doing. I got our tanker over here. Is it full yet? Yes, it's full. Let's go ahead and back on in. We'll give them all the water that they desire. I checked on the sheep. The sheep have over 1 billion liters of water. So they have the original water I put into their water trough and along with the trigger. So we'll see if it works on that animal pen. I'm not sure if it's the animal pen itself causing the mod not to work or what may be the case, but either way, we got this huge water tanker here, so let's back on in. I'm hoping I can put water into the water trough. If not, I'll have to sell that. Am I going to get in? There we go. Okay, we can add water. So as it adds the water, let's come on in here. Yep, now we can see the water going in to the water trough. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it shows it's got over 1 billion liters of water. I don't know. Yeah, so if anyone is using this and it appears to be working, just let me know what I might be doing wrong. I even got to turn the interactive zone markers on to see if there was a trigger area for that, but I don't see anything. I think they took all that water. They took all that water. Alright, so we'll let the water tanker fill back up. We'll leave the doors and gates open. Our cows won't go anywhere. They're good cows. They tend to stay right where they should. And having to use this well again, that's why I also left the interactive zone markers on. I had a hard time finding the trigger for the well. It's not really where the zone marker is. Well, you really got to get it just right. It's not that easy with this, as we know with this truck, trying to make tight turns. There we go. All right, if I leave that off, all right, that'll continue to fill on up. All right, so the cow's health should go back up. Let me turn off the interactive zone markers just because it makes it more immersive with those turned off. Let's grab our T8 and we'll start cutting the grass. Now, inside the forage wagon, we do have some hay left over from trying to feed the sheep. Well, we did feed the sheep, but they didn't take all the hay. So I'm kind of hoping they'll convert over when I put the grass in, or at least allow me to pick up the grass with hay in the forage wagon. I think it acts just like a baler. It's like if a baler has some straw into it and you start picking up hay or grass, it'll convert it over. And it's fine if it converts it over because we're just going to bring it on down and put all the grass into the haymaker anyway, so it'll get converted back over to hay. So we're not really losing anything. Yeah, I parked that in the best spot like I always do. Yep, run into the light pole. Okay, put that down, fire it up. And then get around the corner to... Nope, I didn't want... Wrong implement. Oh, this is not going great. Change implements. There we go. Now unfold. I just want to mow some grass. And there, now we're all set. So I was kind of thinking that today I'd be able to get through all the winter months, but still got a lot of work to do. I got to get back over to the vineyard. Oh yeah, I should be. Yeah, we'll get to cutting grass in just a moment. I actually want to get a worker started on the vineyard. I was going to plow and prune at the same time, but when I did the other white grapes off camera in between episodes, yeah, it just didn't seem to work out that well. So I think I'm going to plow and prune separately. Well, I'll get ourselves a worker to start plowing over here. Oh, is this already set up to work between the vines? No, it's going to work on the vines. I think the last job... I can't remember what the last job I did here. Let's see what happens. I'll just set it off and see if it's working between the vines. I think it looks like it's working between the vines. There we go. I think she's all set. You all set, Francesca? All right, I think she's all set. Let me get back to mowing the grass then. Yeah, so I was actually thinking about just getting right through the winter months after we got done mowing the grass. And it's like, no, I got the grapes to do. Got to take care of the animals. Got to make sure everything's all set. But when we do go through the winter months, I'm thinking of just breezing right on through. Not worrying about the money and selling stuff. We will probably go into the red at that point because, yeah, we're losing about 20 grand per day currently, and we got 36,000, and that's fine because we'll just have a whole bunch of products to sell in the springtime, and we'll be back up above where we need to be. And I'm hoping enough to be able to buy the other lot of land to continue expanding on our cotton field. That is the main thing. I got to buy one more field for sure. And I think it's like 107 grand for that. We should be able to afford it. Should not be a problem with all the vegetable productivity going on. Canned vegetables and soup. We're making good money on that per month. So if we rest for 3 straight months, we should have a whole bunch of canned stuff to sell. So we know what's going to happen here. I'm just going to make all the grass into a swath. Pick it up with a forage wagon. Should be 2 loads and then some extra, about 10,000 liters extra. But it's actually going to show a little bit more than that because we got about 4,000 or 5,000 liters of hay currently inside the forage wagon. Yep, this little grass field is still keeping up with our animals. So currently we don't need to expand on a grass field. The sheep pen is just about full. And we are definitely keeping up with the TMR for the cattle. I think actually our TMR production is full. And we got a whole bunch of silage just waiting to go into the TMR production to make some more. Yeah, expanding that cotton field for next year, that's going to help us out greatly money-wise. We're still making fabric and clothing in the spinnery, which I had to go down there and remove some stuff from where it spawns because we had so much clothing it was starting to pile up. And at least with all of it outside now, when I go to collect it in April or May, I won't have to wait for it to spawn because it's going to be all outside. Candy production's looking good. I went by there and we got pallets of candy sitting outside. That will be sold in the summer. And I think when I sell the candy, I'll probably put it all towards our loan. Part of me may change my mind when it comes to it. I may buy the field next to the cotton field with all the trees in it. Because we could cut down those trees and sell the trees and get my money back on buying the land. And then I can open up that farm yard or farm field a lot more. And then, of course, we'll have more farmable area. I don't need to be changing everything to cotton because the sheep are only going to produce so much wool. We just got to find our happy medium of how much cotton, how much wool. But of course, I could put more potatoes into it if I need to, or if I need more oil, I could put canola or sunflowers into it. And if we have enough of that material, of course, we can always go and put down more vegetables. And if we have too many vegetables, we can always put down a grain, because we do own the grain mill as well. Alright, so just like that, we are done mowing. Let's go ahead and put the mowers away. I don't think the mowers are going to be in that bad of a shape to where they need to be repaired yet. And that's another thing I need to do throughout the winter months is get our equipment all set for next year. First I'll put the butterfly mower in there. But that thing turns really quickly. As long as you just back up slow, it'll be... Wow, that thing turns still faster than I thought it would. As I'm saying, just back up slowly, you'll be fine. Next thing you know, the butterfly mower just kicks over to one side as I'm turning. Because I really got to hug that wall in some... Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Yes, I'm not really sure I know what to do with the... Oh, come on, you can squeeze in there, can't you? You did before. All right, let's just move that to the side a little bit. Yeah, so I'm not really sure why the extended water trough system is not working. But I know there was a comment when I put that down. I don't remember who it was, but I appreciate it because I was keeping my eye on it. And I caught it just in time when the water got down low enough. But they did say, yeah, you're going to get down to 1 billion liters of water, and the animals are not going to drink from it. And it's kind of hard for them to drink from it when the water's really not going into the water trough. Alright, put the Lamborghini away. I don't really need to fix that just yet. Kind of want to fix them like in the springtime if I can. And if you're wondering why is it so difficult just to get something fixed, because we're using the, we're using the realistic damage mod. So we just don't go and hit repair and it's done. It takes a while to actually repair the vehicles. It could take a full 24 hours. And since I do 1 day a month, technically it's like a month. Alright, so are you going to pick it up and convert that on over? Still showing as... Is that still showing as hay? Or is that grass now? I didn't see if it converted over. Well, I mean, if it all stays hay, that would be a problem because I need to unload this to pick up the rest of the grass. But I'm sure it converted over to grass. If it doesn't, well, then I'll find a way to do something with it. Not sure what. Then hopefully, let's see if she's still moving over there. Yeah, looks like she's still moving over there. Talking about Francesco over in the grapevines. Need to get those pruned over there. which won't take us too long to do. And I should, once I get this grass picked up, come in here with the 130 and fertilize it, because for some reason I tend to forget to fertilize this grass field. Now let's go dump this on in and get it converted over to hay. Squeeze through here. Yeah, as we saw last episode, though, we saw how much money we're going to get for our clothing that we currently had was like $250,000. So that also will probably go towards our loan. Did that really all stay as hay? Well, I don't have no place to put this. So, well, they're not much. I think it's time we got to put down a silo. Hopefully I got Omatana silos in here. I think I do. It's 30,000 for the silo. I thought it was 10. That might be the one I use on American Falls. She has two different type of silos. Oh boy. I'd rather use this one because this one fits in just a little bit better. Although it would match that silo right there. Alright, let me go activate the other mod pack, and because I do believe that silo was 10 grand, and it may help us out here. Alright, so with the mod installed, I think we're all set to put down a silo. I guess I'm just going to put it like right up against this one, but have like the grain drop off like going this way. I went to rehire because I had to, exit the game, had to come back in. I can't get Courseplay to continue the job. It says it's blocked by an object, so we're going to have to finish plowing that ourselves, I guess. But anyway, silo, let's scroll on. Where was it? Right here. Just 10 grand. So I'm thinking this should take the hay. I'm actually kind of shocked that when picking up with the forage wagon, it stayed hay all the way through. But okay, I guess it is what it is. And for the amount of money I spent in this series, $10,000 for a silo, not that big of a deal. And it may come in handy in the future if I ever get more material than what we need. Then we can always, now we have a silo to put it in. The silo back at the farm itself, that's just a standard in-game silo per se. You'll just take the standard stuff that normally goes in a silo. This is a modded one by Omatana, where pretty much anything can go in here. I think even if you want to store like liquid fertilizer and stuff like that, it'll take it. Alright, so now we got a place for hay. But I guess, you know what I could do as well, which, no, it's not realistic in some sense. I could take like the TMR out of the TMR production and put that into the silo and just make a whole bulk load of it if I wanted to as well. So I could do that. Anyways, let's go continue picking up the grass. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I had to buy a $10,000 silo, and as silos go, it's really cheap, and I don't remember how much that silo holds. I want to say like 6 million, so should have no problem being able to store anything I want to. And like I said, it does open the possibilities to do some other things with it, like storing some TMR. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Courseplay. I try to rehire the worker, and it keeps saying blocked by object. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. Although that path I set up for Courseplay over there could have been for maybe pruning, and maybe that's why I was getting confused. Either way. So now we're going to have plenty of hay for a while for the sheep and some extra for the cows if they ever need it. But I think the TMR production is doing just fine, keeping up with what the cows require. But let me just go ahead and I'll finish picking up all this grass, because now it is grass, and we'll put that into the haymaker. We'll fertilize this field, put more water into the cow's trough, and then I guess head over to the vineyard to finish plowing up that field. Just came back from bringing down the second load, and I'm just thinking today's the day on the farm where nothing's going to go quite as planned. Got the small issue over at the vineyard where the course play for some reason won't continue on its course. Think it's blocked by an object. We got the cows, water not quite working as intended. And I really thought that the forage wagon would convert over to grass. Although I think it's going to actually work out my benefit having the silo down now. I mean, for only 10 grand, that's not bad. I mean, really, that's kind of a little bit of cheating in some sense, I feel like. $10,000 for a silo that holds that much. Checking on the things when I was unloading the grass to be made into hay. Yeah, the TMR production is full of TMR. So I think when I go drop off this grass into the haymaker, I'll go over to the TMR production. I'll bring over some silage and we'll unload some TMR out of there so I can keep making some more. And I should be able to put it into the silo. Because we got plenty of material to make more TMR. The molasses and sugar beet pulp that's left over from making sugar. Yeah, we got a good amount of that, and we got a good amount of silage as well. So we'll get that silo more usage than just storing that 43,000 or whatever this trailer holds of hay. Well, I guess if you really wanted to help yourself out in the farm, and if you have a forage wagon, and let's say you're making hay, if you want to save yourself a step, I suppose leave a little bit of hay inside of your forage wagon. I think, what did I have, like 4,000 liters? And you saw I never converted over to grass when I was picking up the grass. So instead of having to ted it, windrow it, you could just do what I kind of just did. I wasn't doing it for that purpose, but you know what I'm getting at. Just go ahead and cut the grass, put it into a swath, pick it up with a forage wagon. As long as you have hay in there, I suppose it's going to stay as hay. Alright, so this is going to take a moment to unload, or load up, so we'll leave that going. Yeah, if we go into here, I'll show you exactly what's going on. So total mixed rations with beet waste. Yeah, we are full. We actually got silage, molasses. Oh, it's dehydrated beet pulp from the sugar processing plant. So yeah, we're going to take the TMR out so it keeps on making it. Anywho, let's jump back up here. Don't want to forget the cows, what I was doing with them. Yep, full of water. I really should go back into the store and see about converting this chassis over to a shorter chassis. As someone mentioned a long time ago, and I keep saying, oh yeah, I'll get around to it. The problem is it will cost moolah, money, cash. Hasn't been too long, but I'm just going to check on the cow's health to make sure. It was at 25%. Yep, up to 35%. So that's going back up. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, productivity was hurt as well because their health was going down. Yeah, so I'm not really sure about... I mean, it shows the water's in there, but it's not in their water trough. All right, so they're full of water. And I'm guessing the sheep are going to do the same thing. Maybe it's just not compatible with this cow. Oh, wait, the doors. Yeah, I close that, then that gate closes. Maybe it's just not compatible, but I'm not sure. I have no idea. But like I said, if you have a suggestion or an answer, do leave a comment down below and kind of take it from there. Let me just get this truck out of the way. And I'm going to park it right here for now. That seems good enough for me. Let's see, is the forage wagon built up with enough silage? It is. Okay, we're going to go dump this in the TMR production and then go around the corner and fill this up with some TMR. Oh yeah, you can see all the clothing that I stacked outside, and there's still probably some in storage. But it's looking rather good. I just got to swing wide here a little bit. And now just go around the corner and we'll let this fill up with TMR. And in about 2 days, it will be full. The trailer, that is, because this thing takes forever to fill up. Alright, let's go ahead while that's filling up and zoom back over here so we can see the worker was plowing the field. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Let me just try again. Okay, so Franco's in there, and you can see he's not moving at all. Oh, wait. Franco, I really don't know what you're doing. You know what it might be? Do I have you start? Starting at first waypoint. When did you get on that? I want you on last waypoint. Nearest waypoint. That's what I want you on. Of course, now I don't know where you were. I think you were on this one here. That would be why. So if I hit Control H. Okay, that's going to solve every problem. Let's turn that off. Start and stop, but only... There we go. And I may have missed a couple rows, but that's fine. Now they're going back to work, which is good enough for me. So while that's going on, now I can go ahead and go do some other things. I do want to grab... I just got to remember where it is. Did I park my Challenger here? We did. So we bought some more land. We bought field 19. I need to come down here and merge these together. So let's go grab the plow, which is down by the workshop. Alright, so at least I figured out one thing with one issue I'm having today. The water problem with the cows and probably the sheep. Yeah, I'm going to wait to see what you guys have to say. The mod is getting good ratings on the mod hub. But... like I said, someone told me about it. Like, yeah, when you get down to 1 million liters, or sorry, 1 billion liters, the animals are not going to drink from it anymore. I'm like, okay, well, we'll wait and see. And they were right. And the slight issue with the hay not converting over to grass, that's not that big of a deal. I just thought it was going to be just like a baler would be. There we go. Now we're through. Let's turn on the beacon, because I only got one. Oh yeah, I need to fertilize that grass field. I talked about it, and I'm going to forget about it again. So, I'll see if I can remember in 5 minutes from now to go ahead and fertilize after I plow these fields together. Yeah, springtime is going to be good with all the clothing being sold, and of course the candy as well. We should have more candy this year than we've had in the past because we got more sugar beet. We should also have more clothing to sell, because we have more wool than we had the year before. The AI traffic turns... Okay, I thought you were turning right, but I think you're turning left. So, not a whole lot of work to do here. Let me activate to allow to create fields. This doesn't have anything in it, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. I'm like, it looks like it's got a nice seed bed already going. Just wanted to be sure. Not that it matters. I want it to be all cotton. I am going to work my way around the trees here. I think the last field that I need to buy to merge these together has wheat in it. It's field number 24. Yes, looks like it's wheat. It is. And like I said, we could keep it wheat, or depending on how it goes, I may convert it all over. I don't really need the wheat, but we do have a I can stick into the grain mill. I don't really need that much straw either, I don't think. I think our cows are well stocked up on straw. So I keep spinning around here, trying to get in the right direction. And before I plant in this field for next year, I will put lime down, because we got, what, 1, 2... This will be the third field, or 3 fields merged together. And I want to put them all on the same sequence for lime, at least. The fields technically don't need lime for another year, but where I'm plowing and creating a field, those spots will need lime. So I might as well just come on down here, throw some lime in, and we are good to go. But I think once we get, like, the grapes done, which the white grapes are done, we're working on the red grapes now. Once we get that done, we're pretty much done with farm work for the off-season, the winter months. So once we take care of the animals, we're just going to zip on through. Don't really care too much about the money. We're going to go into the red, but it'll be kind of fun to see it in the red for a little bit. And, of course, the first thing we'll do in the springtime is we'll sell some products. And we'll get ourselves back in the good and maybe buy that field right over there. Actually, what's the price difference? What's in that field, though? I was going to say, what's the price difference again from one field to the other? So this is... Oh, I forgot we get all this. That's 105. That's 128. So it might be better, even though it's more expensive, to buy this field here. And what we can do is, in the future, so like next year we'll plant the cotton in these 3 fields here. But in the future, what we can do is we can cut down all these trees and cut down all these trees, and then merge this lot with this lot and make this all one cotton field. Then over here, we can put vegetables. So every year we can plant, because we got 2 fields right now that we plant vegetables in, right? And then if I make another one, we can plant all 3 vegetables. I think it's a plan. I think I got something. I think I had another idea. Is it a good idea? I'm not sure, but it seems like it might be a good idea. All right, you know what? Since there's nothing in this field, I want to get off the road. We'll travel across our field right here. And I'm just going to park it over here by production lane. And we're going to grab the 130 New Holland and fertilize that grass field because I don't want to forget that. And I think when February comes is when I'll start repairing some stuff. Because we can repair a whole bunch of stuff at once. It'll be mainly the tractors. The harvesters I don't need to rush to. Okay, I know you're both in there, so... Okay, now we're into it. Yeah, this is getting low on fuel. But it's not in the red yet. There we go. Take care of this real fast. And then I'll hop on down, grab the other New Holland, the T8. And that forage wagon should be full of TMR. And we'll come up here and top the cows off. But on my way through, I may just swing by the new silo and see if it does take the TMR. I think it will. Let's narrow the working width of the spreader so I'm not wasting that much fertilizer. Ah, now we're blinking that I need fuel. Not making fuel on this map. And I don't think we're going to. So I'll just have to take a trip down to the fuel station to top it off. It's not that far. Alright. Let's do that. But for now I'm going to put the 130 away. When I start repairing our equipment, then I'll make sure it's all fueled up for next year. Definitely going to need fuel for next year because we're going to have a lot of fields to fertilize. Alright, let's, over here. Are you full? You are now full. That should give us some room, so that production should be back up and running. And let's just see. I mean, I'm like 95% sure I can drop off TMR into the silo. We can. Good. So I can just keep unloading that when it's full. That way the TMR production keeps on going. So we should be good moving forward with feed for the cows. And it wasn't that many episodes ago, but we were looking at, well, at least I was looking at, I always include you guys with it, but I was looking at selling TMR if I ever made too much. And wow, TMR does not go for that much money. Silage alone goes for a better price than what TMR does. Don't know if the cows are going to take all of this. And we will look at putting down a manure pit for these cows. Maybe next spring when we start selling some stuff. Don't know if they're going to take it all, but they may do. Alright, they took it all. Oh, they almost got a full feed trough. And their health is, yep, still going up. Actually, it's going up at a decent rate, which is not too bad. And the sheep are looking good, but they may need some water here. We'll see if they take water from them. I'm not too sure. But anyways, like I said, I'll wait to hear from you guys on that. All right, so the last thing I need to do is I need to come back over to here. Put this back on the plowing, so I'm not sure what rows I missed, because it's not that clear. Okay, so it's somewhere in here. Not that row. Alright, that row right there. Let me just double check. Alright, so it's that row. Of course, now when I get back into the tractor, I think it's this one. Another thing I kind of wish for, I don't know if I'll be doing grape work in FS, well, the next version of it, but being able to see the ground texture change when doing this kind of work would be nice, just to make it more easier to see where I have and have not been, or at least bring up the mini-map to be able to see what's been done. Kind of like what we can do with precision farming and fertilizing and line spreading, and kind of see the difference. But here, I'm just winging it. So as for work on the grapes, I got to plow the red grapes on a hill. And of course, they need to be pruned. So I can set off a worker to prune these. Maybe I'll probably get that done in between episodes. We'll just have the grapes on the hill. And while a worker is pruning these, I'll do some farm managing stuff. Just to take a mental note of what needs to be done before winter time. And that way we can hit the ground running at the beginning of next episode. And move on through the winter months and get right to March. So we can get to replanting the fields and hopefully bring in a good amount of money. Maybe not in March completely, because we're just going to be selling the vegetable stuff. I think I got another row to do. And anyone that does actual grape work, or maybe you can Google it or whatever. I can understand why we gotta plow when we do like root crops. But I'm trying to figure out why I gotta plow the grapes. This seems a little odd. But it needs to be done. Yeah, the pruning's not going to take us too long to get this done. Alright, so how does that look? There we go. Now we got all the rows done, so we're all set there for now. So come around here. And I'm just going to drop off the plow right there. And make sure I grab the right pruner. Should be the one over here to the left. There we go. So now that is going to be all set. How are we doing over here? I did turn off the white grapes. I think we've gone through all that. Still got a good amount of red grapes to go through. We still got some pomace I need to take care of that at some point. So I'm going to have to keep track of that. That might be getting kind of full. When is a good time to sell the pomace? In October. Well, of course it's in October. Because we are in... Wait, the best time to sell is in October. For $420. It's only November, and the price is only $171. That's a big drop-off in 1 month. Let me go to here. Let me see the price fluctuation on pomace. If I can find it in this long list of stuff that we have. Wow, that, yeah, September seems to be the best month. And it just plummets in November. And it slowly, yeah, so, I mean, it's not, we're not talking hundreds of thousands of dollars if I were to get rid of it. But I think we're getting kind of full, were we not? No, I got plenty of room. So if I can remember next year to sell it, same thing with soybeans I got to sell in the summertime. So yeah, we're starting to stack up some juice over here. And we do got some raisins, but that's continuing running. But anyways, yeah, we'll be getting next episode with doing the finishing touches on the grapes, probably on the hill. The animals are pretty much taken care of, and I think we'll just zip on through as much as we can through the winter months, keeping our eye on the animals and the production buildings, but not really doing a whole lot of work. And then start off March by seeing how bad our money situation is. We'll sell some products, and of course, we'll get to replanting some stuff and see if we got enough money to buy the field next to the cotton field. I think with the one with the trees in it. Might do some forestry work next year. So should I say might? We will do some forestry work next year. Because we got to open up all that farmland to give us more land to put some cotton in. But anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.